Welcome back to Empowered. I'm Elizabeth Namofsky. Today's topic is lead her, own your power boldly. Kiran, why do so many women struggle to feel enough and how can they shift that?
I think because we have been conditioned to measure our worth by doing, by performance, by productivity, by perfection. But truth worth isn't earned, it's remembered. The shift begins when the woman asks herself, who am I without proving myself? And that gives herself the permission to be whole and not just be busy at all times.
Okay, so what's the first step to becoming the leader of your own life? Because a lot of women struggle with this. And I can tell you, I have a lot of conversations with girlfriends who are just trying to find themselves now.
I would say start with awareness. You can lead when you don't acknowledge and accept where you are and what you're going through. And it starts with pausing long enough to ask, am I living in alignment? Or am I just going through the motion? I always call it, it's like a vicious cycle of fire. You're going in a circle and you just don't stop and pause and think and breathe and say, what am I going? Where am I going? What am I doing? And those are the questions we need to be aware of by pausing, by breathing, by asking ourselves those questions that we always shy away. So, from that place, I would say you can make very intentional shifts one at a time. And every bold life, it always starts with a small and a very honest question. Who am I and what do I want?
So what happens if you can't ask those questions though?
Oh, that I had to do it. I would say it's a belief that you have to you have to do it all alone. I would say letting go of that change is not easy. And power isn't about isolation. It's about an alignment. And it is okay for us to know that we need support. We need help. And it's okay to rewrite the rules that we have lived all along and make new rules for ourselves. And we have to remember power comes when we stop performing and start being who we are.
Interesting. So, what's one belief you had to let go of to step into your power?
I would say confidence because you have to start small. Confidence is built through micro moments of integrity. When you keep promise to yourself, even the tiny ones, when you show yourself, I can trust me, I can trust and you don't need to take giant leaps, just one step, one alignment, and step and one time at a day.
So, why do women hesitate to ask for what they really like or even or really want or even ask for help?
Oh, because we feel that as a woman, you always have to be perfect.
Yeah, there's
We
no such
feel
thing. There's
Yeah.
no such thing.
I think as women, we always think the whole world is running on my shoulder. And I really, really need to do everything and make everybody happy. I think we as women have that DNA in ourselves as givers. So we got to make sure everything is working fine, whether it's family, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your partners, whether it's your work, it's your friends. You want to just make everybody happy. And we also many times are people pleasers and we want to make sure everybody is okay with us. And for that, we go outside the box to different lengths to make things perfect instead of stopping and saying, am I okay? If I'm not okay, it's something I learned actually from my 15-year-old who said it when she was 8. She saw me tired, exhausted one day, and she looked at me. She was like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Ikam, I'm really tired today. I'm really tired. It's one of those days." And she said, remember when you take me in the plane and the air hostess first says, you have to put the mask on yourself before you do the same to your baby? She's like, if you're not taking care of yourself, how are you going to take care of me? I think that was my turning point since then to be able to take care of myself. If I'm not doing it, I'm not being mean. I am doing it so that I can do it for the others later.
But you know what? That's a really good point because if you are pleasing everyone, the only person that isn't pleased is yourself. You
Yes.
get left behind. And I think it's really important as women. We need to plan me days. We need to plan us days, whether it's, hanging out by yourself reading a book, hanging out with a girlfriend having a glass of wine and just laughing, going for a walk with somebody. We really need that to bring us back down to reality so that we can enjoy every day and every moment. So when we come back from the commercial break, we will be speaking to Kiran Mann a little bit more about taking care of ourselves.